unfurled everything that they had memorized. And that there were some who practiced and were willing to go the extra mile to not just counter, but to explain in detail. Oh, there were raised voices, there were shouts, there were screams, there were claps, there were elations, there was deflation. There were even tears. But through all of this, the resolve has never waned. That resolve, once again, has brought us to this junction. It is the third place matchup. It's going to be pitting two schools, not two individuals, two schools, represented by individuals no less. Not just for money, not just for fame, but for good old-fashioned glory. The glory, once again, to be able to stand and say, I came, I dared, and I did. I saw, I conquered. I beg to differ. Today's third place final is going to be between Silverbird International School, represented by John Bull Emmanuella and Ugwoegbu Sonia Chisom, and Laurels Model College, represented again by Ezeano Princess Amara and Kenneth Ohaeri Daniella. Let's say hello to our contestants. Good morning to you both.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing?
Fine, sir.
Everybody doing okay? Had a restful weekend. I hope you guys rested. Okay, yes, I know you are preparing for this and also exams coming up, so I know a little bit of extra work was placed in. Now, for the third place matchup, these individuals, they know already what part of the debate they are on. They will be arguing for and against, and I do believe, Silverbird, you are arguing for the motion.
Yes, sir.
And I do believe, Laura's mother, you know that you are arguing against the motion. Now, ladies, the topic, and for you listening outside, the topic is private schools widen inequality in Nigeria. Private schools widen inequality in Nigeria. Before we commence, once again, a big thank you to the judges who are listening from different parts of this building. They are not together. So this is done to make sure no one gets to accuse the judges of favoritism or collusion. They would each give their points. I will get to see them. They will be collated, and then we will determine a winner. The same thing will happen for the finals. Please, these debates are not to find out who is right or wrong. These debates are basically to find out who is able to give their points, argue respectfully, argue with the best intent. Once again, not to make you feel bad, but to quote unquote give you an alternative view. I beg to differ. Third place matchup is about to begin. My name is Jude. You are most welcome to the final. Private schools widen inequality in Nigeria is our topic. Don't forget, you can follow us on social media, Facebook at Nigeria Info, and also listen to our sister station, Kids FM, for behind the scenes content. Now, let's get to speak to the supporters of the motion. Silverbird International this morning, represented by John Bull Emmanuella. Good morning to you, Emmanuella.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, please, I need to come very close to the microphone, all right, so that we can hear you clearly. Okay, I need to put that down. Aha, yes. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Are you comfortable?
Yes, sir.
And you can hear me, please?
Yes, sir.
All right. So the rules are very clear. 3 minutes for each segment. We have the opening segment, which is the supporter for this motion will give their opening salve or the opening argument. Then we have the rebuttal segment, which will be opened by the opposers of the motion. There's always going to be a switch. And finally, we'll have the closing remarks, which will begin with the supporters of the motion. Each of these segments, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be timed 3 minutes. Now, during that time, each of the participants can pause, catch their breath in case they forget something or they're trying to put their thoughts together. No penalties for that. However, the clock would not stop for that, and at the expiration of 3 minutes, the sound will be heard. This is the indication that you cannot make any further points. However, the points that you were either in the middle of making or you had just begun to make will be permitted. To all in the studio, is this clear, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
All right. Okay. So Silverbird, 3 minutes on the clock. Opening salvo this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Is private school making inequality increase? Well, they are about to argue that private schools widen inequality in this country. Silverbird International School for the motion. 3 minutes on the clock. Your time starts now.
Good day, moderators, judges, distinguished audience, and my co-debaters. I am Emmanuella representing Silverbird International School, and I'm here to propose a motion that states private schools widen inequality in Nigeria. According to A.B. Fufunwa, he said, a society where children of the rich and children of the poor don't sit in the same class is a society that can never achieve national unity. And that leads me to my first point. 1. Academic resource inequality. Private schools have modern labs, small classes, and available resources, while public school struggles with overcrowding and limited resources. This gap affects performances. When learning condition is unequal, the outcome is bound to be unequal. 2. Life chances inequality. In Nigeria, the school one attend often decides one's future. Private school offer access to top universities, scholarships, and higher paying jobs, while public school students, no matter how talented, face barriers that limit opportunity. This is not equal opportunity. This is an inequality. 3. The wealth barrier. Private schools turn learning into a luxury available for families able to pay steep fee. As Obi Ezekwesili wants that when education is a commodity rather than a right, the poor are effectively priced out of a future. If education is a right, why does it come with a price tag only the wealthy can afford? That is an educational inequality. 4. A divided nation. Private schools are not just educating, they are separating children. Elite facilities, foreign curriculums. This creates a clear divide between the wealthy children and the low-income children. And the low-income children. 5. Opportunity inequality. The low-income Nigerians graduate but no job, but the wealthy returns to already made opportunities. No merit, no effort, just privilege. We say work hard, yet the system replies know someone. When who you know matters more than what you know, that is an opportunity inequality. 6. The digital divide. Private schools integrate coding, robotics, and internet-based learning, while public schools lack basic electricity and access to computers, creating a technological caste system where public school graduates are unprepared for global opportunities and public and private school students gain modern skill. This is not equal preparation. This is a digital inequality. Lastly, the network advantage. Private schools offers elite network, global exposure, and powerful connections, which public school students simply don't have. As Potter Gale said, and I quote, "Your network is your net worth." Private schools offer connection, but public school don't. That is network inequality in action. Now, I leave you with this. A nation that sells its children future is a nation that has already lost tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you very much. 2 minutes and 40 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. That's also taking Silverbird to give their opening statement. We now move over to the opposers of the motion, Laurels Model College, and their opening salvo.
This is A Beg to Differ. The conversation continues in a moment.
Welcome back to our Beg to Differ third place matchup this morning that pits Silverbird International School against Laurels Model College. Now, we get to say hello to Laurels Model representative this morning, arguing against the motion, private schools widen inequality, represented by the first speaker, Ezeano Princess Amara. Good morning to you, Amara.
Good morning.
Okay, all right. So you can hear me, please?
Yes, I can.
Okay, all right. So we're going to set the clock once again back to zeros. You know the rules.
Yeah.
3 minutes on the clock. Take a breath if you need to, but do not forget the clock would not be stopped for you. Now, if the 3 minutes have elapsed and you are still speaking, you would hear this sound. This is an indicator that you have run out of time and you can't make any further points. However, the points that you were in the process of making would be allowed, but no other points will be taken. Is this clear, please?
Yes.
All right. So here we go. Once again, 3 minutes on the clock. Your time starts now.
The problem isn't private schools. The problem is how society chooses to distribute its opportunities. Good day, Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, my co-debaters, and worthy opponents and esteemed audience. My name is Ezeano Princess Amara, and today I stand firmly to oppose the motion that states private schools widen inequality in Nigeria. At first glance, this argument sounds convincing, but it is misleading. Private schools do not cause inequality. They are only a response to a struggling system. First, private schools expand access to education. Public schools are overcrowded, leaving many without classrooms. Private schools come in to step and bridge that gap. Go to different places like Burkiri, Diop. Low-cost private schools keep thousands of children in classrooms. Secondly, not all private schools are expensive. Low-cost private schools serve the children of the traders and low-income families. Thirdly, private schools encourage competitions. When they do well, they push public schools to do better. Competition raises the standards for everyone. Furthermore, private schools create jobs. Thousands of graduates gain meaningful employment in teaching other professional careers, keeping them occupied and earning a stable income. Not only that, private schools also support government efforts. With Nigeria's massive population, it's not even practical because government cannot provide enough private schools. What about discipline? Private schools promote discipline, innovation, and better learning. Smaller classrooms means closer supervisions, and modern methods like ICT improves teachings. Private schools also fund education. They pay taxes, and these taxes pay for other stuff. These private schools we love to condemn also gives parents a choice. How? Parents can choose what best suits their children, as some government schools do not live up to their expectations. In addition, private schools offer scholarship. They allow students to have access to high quality education, thereby reducing education inequality rather than widening it. Additionally, private schools also raise academic standards by producing excellent results by the examinations held by WAEC. You talk about accountability. It's private schools. It's because parents can demand quality. Customer is king, they say. Logic dictates that we cannot achieve equality by destroying quality. I therefore refuse to align with a motion that looks at a solution and calls it a problem. The real problem here is the system that refuses to work. Inequality only exists in Nigeria because public schools are neglected. With these 12 points of mine firmly established, I beg to reject this motion. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. 2 minutes and 48 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. The opening salvo is done. It's now time for the rebuttals. And as we continue our tradition, the rebuttals are going to be started by the opposers of the motion. Stay tuned.
Attention all secondary schools! The wait is over! The I Beg to Differ Schools Debate Competition is here! Season 5 is live!
From February 16 to March 3, the brightest young minds will battle it out on the big stage. It's wit, it's logic, it's teamwork, where schools go head-to-head for glory.
Who will rise? Who will persuade? Who will lead the charge with ideas that matter?
Join us daily as schools debate the toughest questions, sharpen their voices, and showcase the power of teamwork and intellect.
Don't miss a single round. Tune in, cheer for your school, and witness the future leaders in action.
I Beg to Differ Season 5, where schools speak and ideas lead.
Welcome back to the third place finals this morning. Don't forget, by 11 o'clock, just after 11 o'clock, the finals for I Beg to Differ Season 5 would begin. But for now, let's get to the third place finals as we continue with the opposers of the motion and their rebuttal statements. Daniella is representing Laurels Models